What's up, folks at home? It's Gabe Montgomery at 10 Horse Monty YouTube channel, and I'm out here with Matt of 3 Pound Fishing, and we're at Lake of Egypt.
What up, guys?
And he's showing me how this live scope works. It is extremely amazing. We've pulled up here on a brush pile, and you can see the crappie floating up and down. You can visually, he's hooked up right now. Nice fish.
Yeah, it's not
slinging minnows, having fun, getting dirty.
A little eater.
But here's what this live scope looks like. You can see, you can see your those are all crappie sitting down there. You got a little bit of wood down there. We're a little bit away from the pile. He's gonna pull up a little bit closer to it. Yeah.
That's your fish.
There's your fish. Those are all fish, folks. Unbelievable. This technology is amazing, and it's hard to not spend money, so I need to start working some overtime. Holiday season's coming up, so it may happen. Stay tuned, we're gonna catch a few fish for you and have a good time.
We got the rain gear on now, and the weather has definitely changed. But good day with Gabe Montgomery of 10 Horse Monty. How do you get the name? Explain to the fine folks at home how you got the name.
Okay, so 10 Horse Monty. Last name is Montgomery. That's where the Monty part comes in. I do most of my fishing out of a small boat, and they call small aluminum boats 10 boats. And I also fish a lot of 10 horsepower restricted lakes. So 10 Horse Monty, it's kind of play on words, but that's where it came from.
Check out his YouTube channel. It's a great bass. Is it bass focused pretty much?
It's focused on bass fishing in southern Illinois and southeast Missouri for the most part. I do a little bit of stuff at Kentucky Lake and Lake of the Ozarks, but mainly in this area. So local guy, just trying to make it. Appreciate it. If you check out the channel, please subscribe, like, share it on social media. Thank you.
One thing I noticed that Matt does a lot is he throws out a marker buoy, and he's got his whole process down pretty good. He runs Humminbird and Garmin electronics. He uses the Humminbird mapping, side scan and down scan to find his brush piles. Once he does, he marks a waypoint, and when he returns to that area, he'll idle into his waypoint, shut his motor off, typically throw out a marker buoy, and then use his live scope to ease in on the brush pile and locate the fish. And after that, it's just a matter of baiting up your crappie rod with a split shot rig. He uses live bait, live minnows, and flipping it up there and watching it fall through the screen and seeing how the fish react. Pretty amazing. Caught me another minnow killer. Of course I gotta drop it in the boat because that's what I do. No, I wasn't. I was about 7 foot down. Well, we found a good school out here. Matt caught a really nice crappie out of there. I just caught this little bluegill, and it's amazing with this live scope. They'll come right up to your minnow and just sit there and nose on it, sniff it, but they won't commit to it. So we're gonna keep bouncing around, and hopefully we'll find a school that's really active.
crappie. There we go. It's been mainly bluegill for me, so it's nice to catch one of these crappies. All right, Matt's gonna explain the live scope for me, since I'm definitely a novice at this stuff.
So without a doubt, the newest technology is live scoping. I've always used 2D. I'm a firm believer in 2D and my map setup, and I've used that for years and years and years. But live scope came out earlier this year. When I got it, it was just a revelation, a game changer, as we call it. And so what I use is the 10-inch. It's called a 1042. There's another version of that which is called a 1022, and the difference between those two is that one comes set up for side imaging and one does not. So if you choose to get the 1022, you'll have to buy a separate module for side imaging, whereas the 1042 comes with it. So I'm a firm believer in buying the biggest screen you could possibly afford, so I go with a 10-inch. I feel very comfortable with 10-inch screens, and that works great with live scope, no doubt about it. So what I do on live scope is I search in the 30-foot mode. So I'm sweeping my trolling motor around, searching for piles and fish. And we even did a little bit with the bass fishing, and you can actually watch those bass swim around. I can imagine that even when you're shallow, it would work the same way. I search in 30, I fish in 15-foot forward, and I'm always adjusting my depth to maximize my screen. So if you can swing that around, I'll find people at home exactly what we're talking about. All right, so when we're talking about, you know, searching for items in 30-foot forward, this is what I'm talking about, 30-foot forward right here. And you can see we're gonna swing around here. I'm doing all my searching in 30-foot, and since my pile is within the 20-foot range, I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to adjust this guy to 20-foot, which is gonna be that right there, and that's just gonna maximize the screen that I have. So the other way you can do that is come in here and hit depth right here, and again you're enlarging your screen to show every little piece of that structure, and that's obviously looks like a laydown. So, and that's what we're fishing right there. So search in 30-foot, fish in 20-foot, and maximize your depth to get the most out of your picture you can. So again, folks, always go with the biggest screen you can possibly afford. I know that they do have some affordable 9-inch screens. Those are roughly around $500 to $600. To be honest with you, I have definitely heard of issues that people have had, so I'm always favoring the 10-inch screen. Oh, it's a great crappie. It's not swimming like a bass. It doesn't shine.
What do we got there?
It's a bass.
It's a bass.
Oh.
He side hooked him, man. Look at that. Nice. That's hard to do.
Special tactic.
Yeah.
There to get that guy.
Sneaky guide skills.
Man, I wonder if you usually fish when you're guiding. Hold on, be quiet for a second. Hold on.
There you go. Nice one. Swing him over the boat, make him look good.
There it is, a bass fisherman.
Yeah, finally caught a crappie. I'm handling it like a bass fisherman too. Hold on. Get this out here. All right, I'm out here at Lake of Egypt with Matt from 3 Pound Crappie Fishing. If you guys are looking to catch some crappie, look him up on his Facebook page. Great guide. He's got the live scope. It's amazing imaging. Just getting out here and looking at how these fish react to the baits that are being dropped on them is worth the trip in itself. So look him up.
They roll pretty good.
catching these nice bluegill. We're about to find them though.
Ooh, baby. I would love for you to do that. Yeah, jig and spoon, see what happens. Woo, that's good fish.
Well, I'm on my way back from Lake of Egypt. Got to spend the day with Matt from 3 Pound Fishing. Had a great day on the water. Lots of fun. Got to fish out of a big aluminum boat. It was a low stinger. Very, very solid boat. In fact, I think it's just as solid as my Ranger. It's got a really wide front deck, plenty of room to move around. And it was kind of tough out there. I mean, we caught a lot of bluegill. Caught some crappie. I managed to catch one bass. As I was waiting for him to back the trailer in there, he let me run his boat down there and made a few casts with a shaky head and caught a nice little bass. Didn't get any footage of that, but overall, it was a great experience. I got to witness the Garmin Live Scope for the first time. Phenomenal technology. Really, really impressive. You can pull up to those brush piles and drop your minnow. We were fishing minnow rigs on, I think, 10-foot rods with a split shot and looked like about a size 6 or 8 hook. Put a minnow on there and just kind of flip it out and let it swing into the brush piles. And that live scope, it's amazing. It shows everything. You can see the piles of fish down there. You can see them swim up to your minnow, check it out. Sometimes they'll commit, sometimes they won't. They're just kind of swirling around down there. It's a whole nother world down there. It's really, really an eye-opener. Just got to come up with about $3 grand so I can purchase that stuff. It's not going to happen for a while, but it was amazing. I saw a lot of stuff that I've never seen before. It proved my theory that just because the fish are down there doesn't mean you can get them to bite. Because we saw tons and tons of fish would swim up to that minnow and just sit there. The minnow would just kind of disappear into the fish. So they're just inches from that bait. And they just look at it and look at it and look at it, nothing would happen. And then they just swim off. So that happened a lot today. The fish were in kind of a negative mood. Overcast day. We had a little bit of rainy drizzle in the morning, and that's all kind of pushed out. But it was a great experience. It's a privilege to just be out in the water with somebody that's real experienced with that kind of technology, and I learned a lot. So if you're looking at that stuff, keep looking at it. It's really neat stuff. The Garmin's definitely up the game. I know Lowrance came out with their version of that, and I haven't had a chance to witness that, but the Garmin's on point. So appreciate it, guys. Please subscribe to the channel, like and share on your social media page, and until next time. Yeah, another interesting thing about this trip was that we sat down almost the whole time and fished, and I haven't done that in forever. As bass fishermen, we're always standing up all day long on our feet, and it was very relaxing. We fish with live bait, fish with minnows. That's another thing I haven't done in forever. It's always plastics or hard baits when you're a bass fisherman, and it was just an enjoyable, relaxing way to fish. So I'm glad I got to be a part of that.